Picture this. You just hit submit on a massive project. You've done the research, polished the citations, and you think you're completely done with the hard part. Then you check your syllabus and see one more required assignment, the post-essay reflection. It's tempting to treat this as a quick box to check for a grade, but this step is actually an exercise in metacognition, thinking about your own thinking. It's how you evaluate your own specific process to figure out exactly how you learn. To do this right, you need to gather your raw materials. Pull up your final essay draft, dig out your messy pre-writing notes, grab your peer review feedback, and turn on your webcam. Technology and job markets are evolving rapidly. If you can analyze how you solve problems and actively adjust your own methods, you've built a skill that stays relevant as software and subjects change. Your video will be built around 4 specific questions. You need to identify what went well, what you genuinely struggled with, exactly how you pushed through those difficulties, and what concrete steps you'll take to improve next time. Rather than writing a formal essay to read aloud, make a bulleted list of notes answering these 4 prompts. You're going to talk through these points naturally. The difference between a failing reflection and a successful one comes down to evidence. Vague statements like, "the writing center helped me," won't work. You need to show me the specific, messy truth of your process. Saying, "pre-writing was helpful," doesn't tell us much, but explaining how you were stuck for 2 days until prompt number 2 asked about your object's smell, prompting you to write down "my mom's kitchen," that gave you the specific focal point for the rest of your draft. That is a real insight. Look through your materials. If your outline doesn't include the names of people who helped you, the specific room where you had a breakthrough, or how frustrated you felt during a tough paragraph, you need to dig deeper into your own memory. By pinning down the exact tool you used and the precise moment it worked, you can intentionally pull that same tool out of your toolbox on your next assignment. We also need to talk about artificial intelligence. You can use AI for this assignment, but it must act strictly as your co-pilot, never your autopilot. You remain in the driver's seat. It is perfectly fine to ask a chatbot to help you brainstorm questions to ask yourself, or to review your rough ideas and point out where you need to be clearer. Handing over the controls is where it becomes an academic violation. Asking a program to write the reflection for you, or fabricating experiences you didn't actually have, is off limits. At the very end of your recording, you are required to include a clear disclosure statement. You must state whether you used no AI tools, simple help like brainstorming, or extensive help like organizing your drafted thoughts. When you sit down to record, look directly at the camera and speak as if we are sitting together in my office. Aim for a total runtime between 4 and 6 minutes. If you're just reading a perfectly polished robotic script, you bypass the act of genuine self-evaluation. Your honest, unfiltered reactions are where the actual intellectual growth happens. If life got in the way and you completely missed the essay deadline, you still need to submit this reflection. Instead of analyzing a paper, you will analyze your roadblocks. Be honest about what derailed you, whether it was poor time management or an unavoidable personal emergency. Then outline 2 or 3 highly specific, achievable baby steps you will take to handle the next assignment differently. If this is your final reflection of the semester, zoom out. Take a minute to evaluate how your writing process has evolved since week 1 and what habits you need to carry forward. Once you finish recording, you need to upload your video file to a cloud hosting platform like OneDrive or Yuja so it can be shared. Here is where the process usually breaks down. You have to explicitly grant viewing permissions to me when you generate that link. If it defaults to private, I cannot see your work. Take that working share link, go to the assignment page in Blackboard, and paste it directly into the submission box. Add a quick, polite sentence or 2 to say hello before you hit submit. Following these specific delivery steps ensures that your video is easily accessible, your hard-earned insights are actually communicated and graded, rather than getting blocked by a preventable access error. So, your video is recorded, your AI usage is fully disclosed, your link is properly shared, and the assignment is in. You've officially moved past the "just get it done" mentality. You've taken the time to analyze your experience and make the effort count. By the time you finish, you've identified specific tools that worked and pitfalls to avoid. These are the actionable notes you'll keep on your desk when you start your next project. Take a breath and celebrate hitting that finish line, but keep those specific improvement goals nearby for the next time you face a blank document. Academic growth happens when you stop guessing and start analyzing your own work. You're learning to recognize your own patterns, so the next time a project gets difficult, you'll know exactly how you figure things out.